tip, always check the weather before heading to the river. So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. Hi everybody, it's Kate from KatyDid. I am back in Forsyth. I am just kind of thinking about that island that I almost made it on the last episode. And it's 100 and some degrees here today. So I thought, well, if I have to take a dunking, it's not going to be that bad. So let's see if we can find a new island. Come along. Over here, you can see where the current is really quite swift. So I've come halfway up the island. I'm hoping that I'll be able to wade just straight across here. It might get wet up to my waist or so, but the current isn't nearly as bad. Wow, just look at these cracks. They're so deep in the dirt. Wow, this must have been like really, really sudden drying. That's amazing. Anybody know what these blue-black bugs are? There's sure a lot of them. Holy cow. Crazy. I have never been on this side of the island before. Actually, I've never been on this island before. It's pretty exciting. I know that there have been people here because, of course, boats always have access. But since my boat has been in the hospital all summer long, I'm excited to get to a new place. It's very, very difficult to tell if something's an agate or not because the clouds are fairly dense. This one I thought maybe it was looking a little gold, but it's actually just bleh. This is either a really lovely piece of agatized wood or a really lovely piece of jasper. Can't tell which. I'm thinking maybe not agatized wood. I don't see any specific grains. Huh. Well, whatever. We're gonna take it along. If you're new to this whole agate hunting thing, you should know that this cloudy weather is just as bad as wearing sunglasses in terms of being able to spot the agates. When it's sunny outside, they have a distinct color. Even if they have a little silt on them, they have a distinct kind of glow. And when it's cloudy like this, well, everything kind of looks the same. So if you're looking for an extra challenge, wear sunglasses and hunt in the clouds. See what happens. Petrified wood, on the other hand, is pretty easy to spot no matter what the light. I thought for sure this one was an agate, but it's not. It's something entirely different. But that little dimple really, really fooled me. Well, I'm only picking up the most beautiful of the jaspers, but that one definitely qualifies. I think this is the first agate of the day. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to identify. Yeah, I don't even think that is. I think it's just a milk agate. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. It's a piece of quartzite. It's the closest I've gotten to an agate yet today. This one, though, I'm pretty sure is an agate. Oh my gosh, watch this not be an agate either. Yeah, it's definitely not. Oh my goodness, this is like looking underwater. So crazy. I think this one is an agate, and the only way I recognized it is because it had the white opalization here. First agate of the day. For as hard as I work to get over to this beach, it certainly is not giving me what I had hoped for. The clouds have kind of blown through though, so hopefully I'll be able to start seeing something fairly soon. Safety tip! Always check the weather before heading to the river! Well, we're hunkered down behind a big log. Kava has disappeared into the woods and is waiting for the wind to die down, so I'm just going to wait here for her, and hopefully the wind will die down enough that I can call her. This has ended up being a little bit more adventure than I was planning on. Well, I'm going to have to show you the rest of my finds just as pictures, because the dog disappeared for about an hour after that storm, and so I spent most of my time walking around trying to find her. I found her finally at the same place that I left her, just right by the river. But it was really scary and I was really worried. So keep an eye on your pets and don't assume they'll stay with you in a thunderstorm. Thanks for coming along.
While we're looking at these beautiful rocks, let me tell you the long story about the lost dog and the storm. After I ended up huddled behind a log and hiding from the wind finally died down, the clouds blew away, and I got up to try to find Kava again. So whistling and calling, I hiked all the way around the island. The island is about a quarter mile wide and maybe a half to 3/4 of a mile long, and it's covered in the middle with thick, thick woods. And so she could have been literally just about anywhere. And I was growing increasingly frantic because it was 7 o'clock at night, and I didn't know where she was, and we were on an island, and we were in a place that was not familiar to either of us, and we were away from home. So I didn't know what was going to happen if I couldn't find her before dark. I had visions of, I don't know, camping out and trying to find her in the morning. I did eventually find her right exactly where I had last seen her, but she was not there the whole time. What actually happened, and I found this out because the sheriff called me, is that she went around the island that we were on, swam through the channel, through the little inlet of the river, around the other island, up a bank, through a tunnel, and down a dirt road to go get to the car, which is about a mile away. And the reason I know this is because the sheriff's deputy called and he was concerned that somebody had reported someone going out with a dog and the dog coming back all by itself. She wanted to get to the car because of the thunder. Not only did she go all the way back to the car because of the thunder, she then left the car, ran back down the path, around the island, across the channel, swimming across the channel, around the island again to come find me. And so I can't decide if she's a really good dog or a really naughty dog, because that was quite the scare for me, and I guess it was quite the adventure for her. Anyway, I thought you might enjoy hearing it while you look at these beautiful rocks. After we were reunited, Kava and I wandered the island and I looked for rocks. I was especially appreciative of the beauty I was finding. I'm not sure what this one is. It's some kind of metamorphic rock, and my go-to is granite, but I don't think that's really granite. I need to figure out a little bit more about how metamorphic rocks are, how they are formed and how to identify them. This one, I think, might be common opal, but it's got those really cool red veins in it that just are really puzzling to me. And then it's in, I don't know, maybe some kind of a matrix. Again, I am not sure, but I sure think it's pretty. Speaking of pretty, look at this Montana agate. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love the kind of bluish color. And this one is a piece of petrified wood, but look at the detail in this thing. I think it looks almost like a modern art painting of some kind. It just has all this different directions and colors and patterns. I couldn't even believe it when I picked this one up. And this one is a piece of banded chert that is super pretty. I've tumbled these before and they are just stunning. Here's a piece of jasper, a chunk of jasper. A chunk of jasper that is chunky. Reds and orange. And here is a green. Green jasper is just so yummy. I can't walk past it ever and not pick it up.
If you enjoy jasper, join the Facebook page, Jasperlicious!
This is Kate from KatyDid. Keep on doing.